Curiosity Quest Goes Green is made possible by grants from the California Department of Conservation in cooperation with the following Southern California cities:
So how many of you at home have taken paper, crumbled it up, and thrown it in the trash can? Hi there, I'm Joel Green, the host of Curiosity Quest Goes Green, the show that explores what you, the viewer, are curious about. Well, today our quest letter came to us from Nicole in Colton, California. And Nicole wrote, "Dear Joel, I'm curious, how do they make paper?" Well, Nicole, because of you, we've come up here to Holcomb, Washington State. We're gonna find out how to take this paper and turn it into this paper. So let's get started on today's Curiosity Quest Goes Green. How is paper recycled?
Through people like taking their papers and recycling them.
We recycle newspaper by, well, there's a bin and collection agency that comes around our house. And we put it out every other week and they collect it.
It goes to a factory and it is made into other things.
In the recycling bin.
Well, by you putting it in a recycling bin.
They get put into bins and taken to factories.
All right, so we've made our way up to Grays Harbor Paper, where I'm joined by David Quigg. How's it going, man?
All good. Thanks for coming up to visit.
Well, thank you very much. Speaking of coming up, oh yeah, there we go. That's much better. How tall are you?
6'6".
And I'm not.
That's okay. We'll make it work out.
Wow. All right, so first of all, before we talk about recycling paper,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about Grays Harbor Paper.
Yep, so we're up here on the coast of Washington State, and at Grays Harbor Paper, our family bought the mill and got it started 15 years ago. So quite a while now, but the facility's been here almost 70 years. So we make the white copy and printing paper you use every day.
All right, so now I brought paper with me to recycle. What are you going to do with it?
Perfect. Joel, what we're going to do is we're going to take that, we're going to grind it up, get it wet like a giant oatmeal vat, and we're going to turn that into a sheet of paper.
Wow.
So you can use it again and again and again and again. And you don't have to cut trees down to use it.
Again and again.
Again and again and
Oh,
again.
this is great. I like this.
It's going to be good. So come on, let's go check it out.
All right, am I making a mess here?
You're making a mess. Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
okay.
Stop.
All right,
Let's go.
let's go. What is pulp?
I guess it's something in orange juice.
I think like grinded wood or something. Like grinded trees or something like that.
Well, I'm not really sure.
Stuff that's in orange juice.
Well, I know it's an orange juice. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know it's probably from like many fruits and stuff. So.
Pulp is like the wet, mushy stuff that is the basis of the paper.
So now, David, what is all this? This isn't paper yet, is it?
No, this isn't paper yet. This is something called pulp.
Okay,
P-U-L-P. Rip a piece off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can see what this is. This is kind of a condensed version of all that wood fiber that's going to go into making a sheet of paper. Now, this pulp's all clean. You don't see any ink. You don't see any colors. And it's what we had before, and we're going to use this. This is our raw material.
All right, so now this is the paper that I made a mess of earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gets ground up and turned into these sheets.
Huh.
So yeah, this product here is what we're going to use to turn into a liquid, and then from a liquid, because this is too thick to go in a copy machine.
Just a little.
We're going to turn it into a sheet of paper that you and I could use today, and everyone can use at home.
So now there's, you said wood fibers in here?
Yeah, it's really small. If you take a piece of paper or toilet paper at home and you kind of rip it, you can see these little tiny hairs. That's actually called wood fiber, and that's what makes the paper so strong.
Okay.
And so what we've got here are lots of wood fibers that are clean and ready to go into making a new sheet.
Now this is kind of cool. You don't mind that I'm ripping
No,
this
it's
stuff?
kind of like snow a little bit, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay, let's see.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah, yeah.
There-
It's a lot like snow. Okay, okay.
Because I'm a little. There we go. That's just like snow. It's just. There we go. All right. All right. Okay. All right.
We're moving on.
Let's move on.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact. Recycling a single run of the Sunday New York Times would save 75,000 trees.
Check this out. Woohoo! What? That was a good throw. It was a good throw. Outdoors. All right.
So Joel, that pulp and paper is getting put into this giant blender, and we're going to turn it into a liquid. Now, if you take a peek, it almost looks like oatmeal, but what I want you to do, why don't we take that paper you brought and let's recycle it?
That sounds
So
good.
toss it on in there.
All right, so I'll
Let's
just
see how-
toss it in?
Give it a toss. Let's try a couple pages at a time.
We don't want to lose them out here in the wind.
There we
do
go.
There we go. Okay, my turn.
Okay,
My
I'll
turn.
hold, you go.
My turn.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
there- Good
Don't
luck.
screw it up.
I'm good.
There you go, look at that.
Oh, wow. So it's just going to be blent up with all the other oatmeal, huh?
That's exactly right. It looks just like oatmeal, but it's actually the pulp and the water mixed, all that wood fiber. And so now, that pulp is going to go into our paper machines. So we have 2 paper machines that are going to make giant rolls of paper that we'll then cut down. So let's go check out the giant paper machines.
Okay.
They're big, they're fast, and it's hot in there.
Now, let me ask you a question. So we take that. What? Whoa!
Oops.
So is it?
Flashes a little bit. That's some of the pulp.
Is it? Yeah. Can you get the pulp off?
Sorry, yeah. So that's going to be somebody's paper, and that was somebody's paper.
So somebody's paper splashed on me.
Yes.
So it's as easy as taking paper and putting it in a thing of water.
Yes, a blender.
So at home we can make our own
You
recyclable.
can. You can make your own paper. You should probably get your mom and dad's help, but you turn it, put it in the blender with lots of water, and then pour it on a screen, and all of a sudden you got your own sheet of paper.
So don't do that at home. We're just talking
Not
about,
without mom and dad's
not
help.
without
That's
mom and dad's
exactly
help.
right.
But you could. I mean,
You
what you're
could.
saying.
That's exactly what we're doing, but on a really big scale. We make a mile of paper every 2 to 3 minutes. So we're doing it on a gigantic scale. We're talking about those big semi-trucks full of paper every day.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I see something here I like. Hang on.
There we go.
This
That's
is-
more
this is
like
much
it.
better.
See, if
Yeah.
you would have grown up here, you'd be tall just like the trees like we are.
Really, that's all I needed was a little
All you need.
Washington.
And some milk.
And some. I drink lots of milk. That didn't work for me. All right, so we're gonna go. Were we gonna follow this up?
Yeah, we're going to follow the pulp after it's all blended up with the water added into the paper machine room.
Wow, those are big old huge pulp things.
Giant bales of pulp, but it'll all get ground up. So this is just like your blender at home, but it's 15 feet deep. Just like almost as tall as a bus is long.
Wow.
Very, very big tank.
So should I add more paper?
I think we're okay for now. Let's move along.
I gotta watch out for more splashes coming my way.
Better close the
Yeah,
door
close
so we
the
don't
door.
get splashed.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
All right, let's go.
How do you color paper?
I guess they maybe do something different, like put something on it in the making of it.
They probably dye it, or you could color on it with like crayons and markers.
Dip it in some paint.
You color it with a crayon. You use a crayon to color.
Using a dye or something. Like they dye paper and then they get pink, blue, yellow, green paper.
By using clay.
I would guess that it's food coloring or dyes.
You are a big guy too, by the way. Whoa, watch out. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Good. All right. Now,
we put white paper in that big old oatmeal thing.
Yes.
And what about our colored paper?
Well, the thing that's exciting, just like you would use dye when you make a colored frosting or different colored foods, we add dye to our paper. So you could have a blue paper, a green paper, a yellow paper, whatever color you wanted. But we make white paper. That's what most people use for coloring and for your coloring books, and when they make a map or a book at home, mostly the paper's white. So we make only white paper here, but you know a little trick. We do add just a little bit of blue and a little bit of black so that it's always got a nice bright white color to it. And that's something not a lot of people know, so don't tell everybody that.
We'll keep it secret between us and everyone out there.
What is paper made out of?
It comes from a tree and it's made out of wood.
Wood? I think it's made out of a tree.
Wood.
Trees that are like trimmed down and stuff, and then they're like converted into paper.
Trees. Wood.
Paper's made from wood, trees,
And
water.
what are the ingredients in paper?
Well, the thing that's exciting is paper is mostly made up of wood. Now, not the trees you see every day, because if you look at it, it's white and it's smooth and it doesn't have bark on it.
No.
So what happens is they take that wood and they grind it up really small, and they clean it up to make it white, and then make a sheet of paper. Now, the thing that's really exciting is to make regular paper, you have to cut down the trees and clean it and do all those things.
Right.
But the way we make recycled paper, all you have to do is take the paper that you have at home, send it to the recycler that sends it to us, and we make paper again, and no trees have to be cut down. So we can do it again and again and again and again.
So this is what's after we put it in the oatmeal blend,
That's exactly.
right?
Remember,
Okay.
we've blended it up, got it all, it's
a
all
little wet.
clean. It's still a little bit wet, but it's getting drier, and that's going to be a sheet of paper.
When making paper, it's made of 99% what?
Wood.
Trees, maybe.
Tree. Wood.
Tree.
Wood.
Grass.
Or
Wood. Or trees. Or flowers. Or hair.
So how are we gonna make paper out of this?
The thing that's really crazy is that as dry as this is, we're going to start with a mixture that's 99% water. That means almost all water, because we want a sheet of paper that's not thick like this.
No,
we want a really thin sheet of paper. So to get a really thin sheet of paper, we use just a little bit of pulp, right?
Right.
And water. And then we'll dry that paper out. So it's not 99%.
So we're gonna dry it.
Yeah.
Is it okay to do this in the control room? There's people.
I don't know if this is the best idea around the computer, so maybe we'll let the paper machines do it.
Okay, that's
Okay?
a much better idea. So should we get out there?
Let's
huh?
go check it out.
Okay.
Okay, enough,
Okay,
enough,
all right,
enough.
Let's try to get it all dry, man. What are you?
So I know what you're thinking. How are we going to get paper from the oatmeal blend? Let's take it from the top. Cue the music. All right. After the pulp gets mixed with the water to make the oatmeal blend, it is then pushed through these smaller tubes to clean out all the dirt and the yuck and the small pieces of plastics that may be left in the mix. From here, the blend makes its way to a huge holding tank. Now remember, paper starts off at 99% what? That's right, water. So 99% water and 1% pulp is shooting out of these huge sprayers onto a fast-moving screen, like the screen door at your house. The idea here is to line up all of these tiny wood fibers over this super fast-moving screen. We're talking 1,000 feet per minute. This is done to bond all the fibers together to make a very strong piece of paper. While the screen is moving very fast, the water is being vacuumed away from all the paper. The paper now makes its way to a series of steam rollers where the paper goes up, through, back, over, under, down, and then repeats it again and again. The rollers start off at like 150 degrees, and by the end, it's like 300 degrees. What they are doing is taking all the water out of the paper, just like your dryer does to your clothes at home. Now, halfway down the rollers, we notice that there's a liquid being sprayed all over the paper. So I asked David, hey David, what's going on here? And he said it's a potato starch that's being sprayed on the paper. So now I have a question for you. Why do they put potato starch in paper?
I think they put potato starch in paper so that it'll be pliable, so you can write on it. It'll stick together.
To make it tasty.
To make it white.
But they can make it, food when they need it. The food.
It makes it smooth and like not hard, but not too bendy.
Maybe to like make the paper have some weight to it or something.
For fun.
So it looks nice.
The reason they spray the potato starch on the paper is, you think about it, when you write on it with ink or a marker, the ink doesn't spread. If you try to write on a napkin or a tissue, you'll notice that the ink just spreads. So this potato starch keeps it from spreading. So I guess that's pretty important for paper. Now, since we wet the paper again, we're gonna have to dry the paper again. So there it goes again, up, down, over, under, sideways, through the conveyors. Now at the end, they're taking all the paper and rolling it up to these huge, warm rolls. There is a lot of paper on each one of these rolls. We're talking 15 to 20 miles of paper per roll. As the huge rolls are being formed, the ends are trimmed and all the excess paper and water used in the process of making the paper gets recycled to start the whole paper making procedure all over again.
So Joel, once we've got these gigantic rolls cut down to a little bit smaller rolls, look at that. That one giant roll is now 3 rolls. And you need to watch your fingers for that.
I'm scared. Am I standing in an okay spot?
We're standing in an okay spot, but you can see in a big paper mill like this how dangerous it can be. So these gigantic rolls are going to move on to become our sheets of copy paper.
Copy paper. No. What's this moving for here?
Well, it's not a toy.
It's not?
No. This is actually because these rolls, look at how big and heavy those are. We're not going to be able to carry them by hand, so we're going to, Joel, we're not going to be able to carry them, so we're going to have to roll them.
Oh, okay. Oh, so this is so you and I don't have to push them.
That's exactly right.
Wow, how heavy are these again?
Those rolls are over 2,000 pounds apiece. A ton, 1 ton. That's a lot of paper.
That is a lot of paper. So how do they cut them in half? I mean, how do we get them cut like that?
Well, these machines, now we're going to take these by a crane over to the machine that cuts them up at 6 rolls at a time into sheets.
Let me flip it on you. How did they cut this huge roll in half?
So what they've done is they have the giant roll and they put some knife blades in the middle and they run the paper right through those knife blades.
We can't see those, right? Because they're...
Let's go take a look. We'll see if we can sneak a peek.
Oh, we can't?
Yeah, let's go see.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact. Approximately 1 billion trees worth of paper are thrown away every year in the United States.
So they take these big rolls and they stick them on these machines right here?
That's exactly right. So we're unwinding these giant rolls and we're going to turn them into sheets of paper.
Wow, now they're all unwinding at the same time, it looks like.
That's exactly right, the same speed. So instead of just cutting 1 sheet at a time, we're actually cutting all 6 rolls at a time.
Wow!
And the thing that's neat, instead of cutting the little pieces, it continuously keeps moving. We don't have to stop doing it.
So these are the big 15-mile rolls,
That's
right?
exactly right. These 15-mile rolls, think how many sheets we're going to get out of it. Now,
That's a lot.
That's a lot of paper.
Okay. Wow, so 6 at a time here, right?
Yes.
All right, so now we're just going to follow the process.
Let's go
here.
check it out.
Wow. This looks like a serious paper cut waiting to happen.
Very dangerous paper cut. So what's happening is those rolls that we saw are unwinding. They're coming in here. Now look at, those are actually the knife blades cutting the paper 8.5 inches apart.
So all six rolls
are
together.
pushed together.
Wow.
And so we can cut them all at the same time because we need to make a lot of paper.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact. The amount of wood and paper we throw away each year is enough to heat 50 million homes for over 20 years.
But are they separating them at this point?
They are. They're pulling them apart, so they're getting sliced every 11 inches, and then they're bringing broad around here. Spread out, because what we need to do is we need to stack them up.
How many sheets of paper in 1 ream?
50.
550?
10.
50,000.
Probably thousands.
8. 10.
So, a ream of paper has 500 sheets in it.
Okay, that's a ream right
That's
there.
what we're doing is we're stacking up the reams of paper, and you can see them coming out of the end.
Now, where are they being cut into the 8.5?
So the 8.5 is wide, 11's in here, and then stacked up right here. So we're making almost 100 reams per minute. Yeah.
Wow, there we go. That's a high thing.
So you can see how many sheets are coming off at a time, very quickly.
That is very quick. And this is, you said, non-stop?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're making this much recycled paper.
Unbelievable. Now, is this all 100% recycle, or is
Well,
it
we can do
blends?
different blends. We'll do some that's no recycled. That's called virgin, meaning that they come straight from trees. We can do a 30% recycled, which means 30% of the paper is a recycled content, 70% is not, and we can do 100% recycled. We like to do the 100% recycled so we don't have to cut any more trees down.
So we just need to bring you more paper.
That's exactly right. Don't throw it in the garbage, bring it to your recycling.
All right.
Yep. So look at that.
Look at that.
It's all glued, it's all ready to go.
So we inspect it?
Yep, let's inspect it, make sure.
Make sure.
What did you get for Christmas?
Oh,
paper! Yay! Just what you wanted.
Just what I wanted,
The
bro.
best paper ever. Now, stop! We got it. 500. 500. We got it. Perfect. All done. Let's go. Let's go.
Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Here's your fun fact. Americans use 85 million tons of paper a year. That's about 680 pounds of paper per person.
All right. So we have
A ream.
a ream.
10 reams per case. There you go.
There we go. Now, do I
How
need
many sheets are in a ream?
500?
There
you want
you
me to
go.
inspect it?
Check it out. Let's look at it. Make sure it looks okay.
You want me to open it up?
Open
man?
it up. Let's
Oh,
see
man.
it. I wonder what's going to be in this one, though. This is what's really exciting to me. That's why I come back every day.
You're letting me ruin all this. We're not ruining it, though.
No, because you know what? It was recycled once. We can recycle it again. Look at that.
Beautiful.
And this is all 100% recycled. So this was the paper that we all used before.
100% recycled.
100% recycled.
So this is possibly my old homework?
Your old homework. I can't see the bad grades, which I have a feeling you probably didn't get the best grades, but I bet some of the kids watching got really good grades.
They were okay, you know? I mean, you know, don't have to go that far.
Okay.
And, oh, wait, I see old love letters that you wrote. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, that was... Your mom said, David...
She says, I'm the best paper maker ever. All right, yes, it says I'm the best ever. Let's go.
So
Let's go take... No, Joel, you know what we're going to do?
What?
Is we're going to see this paper get ready to go in the trucks and go to a town near where our viewers are.
That sounds like a great idea. I'm just going to...
You borrowing a few?
Well,
okay, I think that's probably going to last.
Education.
Okay.
I got it.
Enough.
That's good. That's good.
You got enough. Yep.
Yeah. Woo! All right, so David, man, we took old paper, recycled it, turned it into mush,
Yes,
then brought it back out of there and turned it into like wet paper,
that's exactly right.
and then put it on a screen.
Yes.
That was going 1,500,
Feet a minute.
and then we the
Yes,
rolls,
dried it up
the roll-
and then rolled it up.
and rolled it up.
Yes,
And then cut
it
it.
up. Then you got that.
And we have that.
Yeah.
Whew, that took a lot out of me.
It was a lot of work today, but it was really fun having you, Joel.
Yeah, well.
I hope that it answered her question.
Yeah, well, absolutely. We know how to make recycled paper now. And thanks for having us
Excellent.
all the way up here in Washington.
No,
too,
it's a pleasure having you
Pleasure.
here.
You know what though? I before I leave,
Yes?
I do want to tell you thank you very much.
Yes?
I'm gonna give this back to you.
Oh, good. Okay, you're
'Cause-
sure? You don't want to take it?
Well, no, I don't want to take that.
Okay.
I want to take these. All right. So if you could just have these forklift drivers just throw them in the semi right there, and I'm gonna get David. Thank you very much. Yeah. Just have them. Just get on right. Just put
Yeah,
them in the
but
semi
Joel,
right
I
there.
don't think this
No,
is
no,
really
just
good.
all
Right,
of them
like,
would be good.
You can
That'd
just
be
have
good,
the
yeah.
one ream. How
No,
about
no,
just the one?
No, there's just the
I'll
one
just
right
put it in
here.
your car.
Like this is good.
It's,
no,
here,
stay
come
there.
here,
I'm good,
come here.
I'm good.
I got it.
I got it.
Just one.
Okay. Oh, this is great. Wow. All right, I'm all loaded up. Once again, I want to thank David and everyone out here at Grays Harbor Paper, and I especially want to thank you, Nicole, for sending us on today's Curiosity Quest. You know, if there's something that you're curious about, you gotta let me know. Go to kvcr.org, click on the Curiosity Quest link, and simply tell me what you're curious about. And who knows, it could be you that sends us on our next green adventure. And remember, this is our planet, and it's our responsibility to take care of it. So I'm curious, have you gone green? I'm Joel Green, and I'll see you next time. All right, let's get this thing fired up. Woo!